Before I say anything else, I want to be clear about this episode. I'm going to talk openly about suicidal thoughts. Not to be dramatic, but to be honest about what those thoughts actually feel like. Because when my brain said, I want to kill myself, what it really meant was, I cannot survive this moment. This episode isn't about wanting to die. It's about wanting the pain to stop. And how realizing that difference saved my life. It took me years and more close calls than I honestly would ever want to count or admit. To understand something that now feels obvious but wasn't then. I didn't actually want to die. Every single time, what I wanted wasn't death. It was for the moment I was trapped in to end. That realization changed everything for me. It meant I could keep living. I could keep breathing. I could still see my kids, my spouse, my dogs, my parents, my siblings, and my friends. And here's the part people don't talk about. I live with SMI. Serious mental illness. I have bipolar disorder. I have borderline personality disorder. Yeah, I'll admit to it. I talk about them all the time, anywhere I go. Most people won't, but I do. Because I'm breaking the stigma. And when those illnesses flare, when episodes take over, logic disappears. In those moments, my brain doesn't respond to reassurance. It doesn't hear reason. Crazy, right? It doesn't believe other people when they tell me that I don't want to die. And that's the real problem. It's not that people don't care. Honestly, sometimes people actually don't care. And that's pretty frequent. But that during those moments, that part of me that knows I want to live, it's buried deep under the illness. And after I come out of an episode, my mind finally quiets. I often will have incredibly clear realizations about what I'm living for. And from that, I've learned something important. Those realizations didn't save me in those moments, but they did bring me back. They helped me get my footing again, and they helped me fight a little stronger each time afterward. That's why this part matters. If you have a few quiet minutes after this episode, I invite you gently to think about what gives your life meaning. Not as pressure, not as promise, just as something real that exists outside the moment you might one day be trapped in. Because the question I've wrestled with for years isn't, why do I want to live? It's, how do I remember that when my brain isn't working the way it should, why do I want to live? The answer I found is this. I don't convince myself in the moment. I prepare before the moment. That way, when the illness is loud and my thinking isn't quite reliable, the moment doesn't get to decide for me. Now, I want to come back to the title of the episode because I know how strong it is, and I chose it on purpose. What wanting to kill yourself actually feels like. I know what it feels like when your mind reaches that place where everything narrows. No future, no past, just the unbearable weight of right now. No options, no relief. The belief that there is only one way out of this. And in that space, your mind tells you stories that nobody will care, that nobody will miss you, that you won't really be noticed. Those thoughts, they don't feel emotional. They feel logical, final, and certain. In those moments, it isn't dramatic. Sometimes it's terrifying. And sometimes it's actually strangely calm. But it feels decided. And I need to be honest about this part. All the times I've crossed that line, I believed I was ending pain, not my life. My mind wasn't capable of thinking about the people I loved or the impact that I might leave behind. No matter how many times others tried to remind me of that. That part of my brain simply wasn't available for that emotion. And that matters. Because in those moments, the illness shrinks our world down to one simple need: for the pain to stop. And when the episode finally breaks, when your mind comes back to reality, the feeling, it is not peace. It's shock. Utter shock that you're still here. Shock that the moment you were so desperate to escape didn't end your life. Shock that you almost didn't come back to the people you love and to the ordinary days you didn't even realize you would miss. That's the part we don't talk about enough. The regret isn't surviving. The regret is realizing how temporary the moment was. After it almost took everything. That is what wanting to kill yourself actually feels like. It feels permanent when you're inside it, and devastatingly temporary once you survive it. I do want to pause here and say something important. Finding what we want to live for matters. But I also know deeply that it is not the only thing people need to survive suicide. I do know this. Insight alone doesn't stop an episode. Love alone doesn't quiet an illness. And meaning alone doesn't always break through when the brain is in survival mode. Surviving takes more than one thing. It takes support, treatment, and preparation. And it takes people who are willing to be there with us consistently. People who hear us, believe us. People who don't disappear when things get uncomfortable. People who remind us again and again that we matter, even when we can't feel it ourselves. It takes people willing to walk beside us through moments we can't walk through on our own. It takes a village. Hearing this all might feel heavy. You might feel quiet, unsettled, or seen in a way that's uncomfortable. And if that's happening, it makes sense. This episode isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to slow the moment down. If there's one thing I want to leave you with, it's this. The thought feels permanent, but the moment isn't. If you have a few quiet minutes after this episode, I invite you to reflect gently on what exists outside the moments that overwhelm you. Not as a promise, not as pressure, just as something real that remains, even when your mind tells you nothing does. Because when the illness is loud, it helps to have something waiting for you on the other side of the moment. Before I close, I want to say this clearly. If you found yourself nodding along or feeling seen in a way that felt a little too familiar, that doesn't mean anything is wrong with you. It means you're human and you're listening to something real. You're not expected to carry this alone. Moments pass, even the ones that feel endless, even the ones that convince you they'll last forever. If this episode brought anything up for you, please don't sit with it by yourself. Reach out to someone you trust. And if you're in the US, you can call or text 988 for support. If you're listening outside the US, or if 988 isn't the right fit for you, I've included additional support resources in the episode description. You deserve support that works for you. You are not weak for needing help. You are not broken for feeling this way, and you are never alone in it. You matter. I promise you, you matter. Never forget that. Remember, there is always hope in the chaos. If this podcast resonates with you, if it helps you feel a little more understood, or a little less alone, please consider supporting it. I pour everything into these episodes, my time, my heart, and my truth. And your support truly keeps it going. You can make a one-time donation or become a monthly supporter on Ko-fi. Every dollar helps cover production costs, support future episodes, and allows me to continue creating and showing up with honesty and heart. Here's the link: ko-fi.com/I am hope in the chaos. That is ko-fi.com/I am hope in the chaos. You're not just supporting a podcast, you're supporting a lifeline for me and for others who need to hear these words. I am not a licensed therapist, medical provider, or mental health professional. The experiences, stories, and insights shared in this podcast are based solely on my own personal journey and lived experiences. This content is intended only for educational, inspirational, and support purposes. It is not a substitute for professional medical or mental health advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of a licensed mental health professional or healthcare provider regarding your mental health or medical conditions. If you are in crisis or experiencing an emergency, please contact emergency services immediately by calling 911 or reach out to the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline by calling 988. You are not alone. You never were, and you never have to be. And remember, there is hope in the chaos.